Hello, everyone. Are You Safe is our title for a storytelling idea meant to address and analyze the power dynamics underlying race and police brutality. The idea for this game begins with a process in which we collect case studies from policing worldwide, not specific to the United States necessarily, but in different contexts across the United States and in other countries where certain policies around use of force or around the role of police might differ. We would highlight said case studies based on four factors that we think play unique roles in the power dynamics that in street policing, community policing for any given police department. These being the gender of a police officer or a citizen, the ethnicity of that police officer or citizen, their respective armament, and the uniform or protective gear that said police officer uses. We would then create reconstructions of these case studies, repurposing them as decision trees or videos, basically allowing people to immerse themselves in the decision making underlying these cases from interviews from police officers and citizens in given countries. The second part of this process is in which these are melded together into a series of scenarios that participants then role play through, making decisions in any given situation, either as a police officer or as a citizen, but only one at a time. That's basically our storyboard for a screen in which they're faced with a decision to make, they have a series of choices to make, and at any given time, they have overlays that they can reach at the top, allowing them data about the context that they're in, the country that they're in, the laws and the crime rates, perhaps, of that scenario, or the original interviewee. Each scenario escalates or de-escalates as they go on through their decisions. And at the end of a scenario, participants can basically roll the dice. They can say, I want to change up the weapons in this situation. I want to change whether or not the officer is armed. I want to change whether or not they are different races or the same race or their gender or what have you. And the game then randomly selects whether in the next scenario a player is an officer or a citizen. They go basically through scenarios in a circle. There's no ideal scenario, but it's our hope that as they go through these, they will begin to understand how their decisions change when the power dynamic is thrown out of balance or when it's held in greater balance. Process 3 is where we take that individual insight from the players and extrapolate it to hopefully be able to say something about policies at large. If we collect the way that people respond to scenarios based on across all of those factors, across all of those scenarios, it's our hope that we'd be able to say something about the way all people react when they're faced with a weapon, or the way all people react when a situation is still dangerous, but the police does not have use of force available to them. Thank you.